Something's not right with him.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you'll ever listen to.
Booze, brews, and horror movie reviews. Your final bros have survived.
We are here with Brian Hotboy Lagrasta.
Yo, holes, dog, and we are joined by Shane. It wasn't me who smeared the shit all over the Rowan Dorm Smith.
I'm gonna go in your hole, and I'm gonna go in your hole, and I'm gonna go in your hole.
Mike, the cannibal gypsy.
Can you guys start calling me Mike the Nasty Beast G?
Matt, or as I like to call him, Fetish Matt, is here. It's Holes Month.
The end of Holes Month.
It's kind of sad.
You know what I always say, though?
What do you always say?
And actually, you know what my grandpa used to tell me? He's like, Michael, you never want to reach the end of the hole. And I was like, Pop, you need to go away for a while.
But did you ever understand what he meant by
I knew
that
exactly
advice?
what he meant.
Yeah.
Even at the ripe age of 3. Like, Pop, I promise to never stop chasing the hole.
You're always going to chase the hole.
And 30 years later, I'm chasing that
Chasing
shit.
the hole? I get it. Cool.
We're all just specks of dust chasing the hole in this grand and big universe,
Okay, Rustin
right?
Cole. Relax yourself.
Yeah, this is the whole, like, we're in a hole type spiel that you're going to give us?
Yeah, I actually like to think they modeled Rustin Cole's character after me.
Because you're so philosophical.
Yeah. And we're great detectives.
And deep.
I would-
Philosophical.
Do you smell the psychosphere?
Yeah, dude, it smells like fucking rust.
Something's not right with him.
He ain't
So
my
you're-
boy. This ain't my boy.
Yours was good. Yours got like a twinge of Jamaican in it after.
I actually like to think I combined an Indian, Jamaican, Irish, Italian accent all into one.
I think it's
think
very.
so.
I think it's hard to do a. I can't really do a female Irish. I think it's easier to do male Irish.
Yeah.
But female Irish, I think is tough.
yeah. Ah.
Holy shit! It's the hole in the ground. You ever just walk outside and
824.
there be like a giant hole in the ground?
Yeah, all the time, actually.
All you got to do is just drive up and down New Jersey highways. Holes everywhere.
Got it. Yeah.
But then
So
there'll be a sign on like the side of the road. Your highway taxes at work.
that's true.
I think our highway taxes are to cause more holes.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong there. So the culmination of our whole month, which has been a groovy month, great theme.
Yes,
Great
stellar.
ass, great theme. And we're finishing it off with a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
A24. It's a movie that I first have seen. Matt, do you remember watching this on vacation?
It might have been one of the ones I feel like I remember
this kid was probably
watching
out.
it, but I probably fell asleep.
Yeah, we definitely watched this on vacation. It was
I
definitely one of
do
those.
remember it. It's
Brian was like, "Yo, Matt, let's have some strong cousin bonding time." Matt's like, "I'm good. I'm gonna sleep instead."
Yeah, Matt's like, I'm out. I'll give it a 3.
If there's one thing you know about Matt, he's gonna fall asleep.
I
true.
usually make it through at least one movie, but when we're on our vacation, we're drinking, we're walking, we're doing all that. And then we
Walking,
come back,
we're drinking, we're doing a little drinking, walking. And it's a good time.
and then we come back to a hotel room and we watch a horror movie. And before you know it, I fall
And
asleep.
preferably you have a nice dark skinned girl on.
Matt
just draped around your
loves
arm.
that.
Loves that.
He also
shit.
loves Dublin, Ireland, where this was shot.
He also loves the movie Baskin.
Oh, God. You know, that's something that we have
What
to
about the,
do
the
eventually in this
the-
podcast.
what about the sequel to Baskin? Robin.
Oh!
What's up?
How about the sequel to Robin, Right Pen?
Do you have anything?
What about the sequel to Robin, Wright Penn, and Teller?
Oh! How about Teller, formerly Miles?
Oh, what's up?
I feel disrespected because my segue was very good, Mike, and you didn't dab me up.
I couldn't hear through all the fucking ice you're chewing. What's up?
And then when I was going to say Miles, he was going to hit me with a Darius Miles reference.
he
He was
loves
looking.
him.
It was, that's what you were thinking. Old Cavs team.
Now, Shane, can you crack the theory for me that McDonald's soda is actually better than other soda?
It is.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
They got those good fountains.
Yeah,
dude.
it's their fountain.
Do you think they line their fountains with sugar?
They probably just never clean them.
Oh,
So it's all the buildup.
extra,
Like
extra
old
flavor.
syrup and shit. Makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks
just
for
sucking.
solving that
I'm
for
sucking
me.
down a couple of good boys and ready to talk about Hole in the Ground. A little Irish film, The Hole in the Ground. Literally, this is when we talk about staring at holes month. This was the movie that jumped to me. Remember seeing it and literally it was just a hole in the ground. I'm like, oh, that's great for holes month.
So this movie essentially started this month.
Well, for me, it was the first movie that got my I thought of when we were talking about doing a holes month.
That's good.
The holes are really big.
I think it expands beyond what a hole is.
It's technically a crater.
That thing is ginormous. Yeah, it's very large.
I feel like someone would be investigating it.
Unless it's undiscovered.
True.
And maybe the small child was the first to discover.
No, because the other small child discovered it long ago.
I also have never been to Ireland, so I don't know how much of that land is discovered. That looked a little remote because it was in the Irish countryside. It was a little bit more rural.
True, but like
You've been there.
It was
huh?
behind the house, dude. That house is
Yeah.
behind the house.
But like, I feel like you
The
would
hole.
report the giant hole, especially when your child is not your child. Did you know what this movie reminded me of? You remember that like viral clip where that woman on the airplane was like, "That man is not real."
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Wait, really?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's this woman, and she was escorted off a plane because she was screaming, "That man behind me is not real." And
Was he a human though? Was he a man?
no one knows.
Yeah, and to this day, she's like famous now. Like
Yeah.
she's still all over social media and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'll look that video up later.
Yeah,
'Cause
no.
I've never seen it.
Really? I'm kind of shocked. But yeah, so it kind of reminded me of this because like it was just a woman screaming her child's not real. But like the child clearly was not like her son. Like
Well, it's not your child, it's not your son.
yeah, it's a skinwalker.
Yeah.
One of them skinwalkers.
Doppelganger, skinwalker,
So it is it was this one.
changeling.
Is this one a skinwalker or a doppel?
I think it's
Or is it
not
like-
all the same.
well, I think like skinwalkers have more of the long limbs. So
I mean, it's like a shapeshifter.
yeah, it could be a shapeshifter. They're a little different.
I don't know the exact. They don't actually like give you the terminology.
Yeah, they don't.
It is what it is.
That's why I thought it was a skinwalker.
Sure. I mean, who fucking cares?
Whoa.
No, I didn't mean that at you in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, it's
That's crazy.
No,
Let's-
but like seriously, who the fucking cares?
yeah. Who fucking let's pick one and let's just move on and talk about the movie. Like,
Again with this fucking terminology. Let's
Yeah.
just pick one and move on.
I feel like it's
so I could get to my starting five.
I feel like it's very important to discuss.
We have segments to do here, Shane.
You're right. Like
This is a podcast of segments. Also,
but-
Brian, what else is this podcast about?
thanks, Mike. Thank you so much for saying that. So we're the final podcast. The podcast is going to review a horror movie every single Monday from start to finish, giving you that beautiful scene-by-scene commentary like we do every single week. It's obviously very gritty, sometimes dark, but we should like to keep it a little lighthearted. And then we'll follow that up with our review of the film. From being one skinwalker, which is a piece of shit, to a 10 doppelganger, which is the right way to call it. And then after that, we'll follow it up with the best kill of the movie. You'll give a eulogy? Will you not?
I mean,
Will you not?
I feel like I have no choice.
And then after that, we'll play a little game.
Yeah,
we have
okay,
fun on this
game.
show. It'll be a good time.
if I was Irish and I had a daughter, I would name her Dottie. Is that weird?
Dottie,
Be like,
yeah.
Dottie.
That's cool.
I'd
I
name her
like that.
Dolores.
What's the name of that Irish actress that starred in Lady Bird? I would name her that
Oh,
name.
Senorice.
Close, actually. I don't know how to say her name, so it's better than what I would say. If you were to ask me how to say that girl's name, I would say Cersei. But knowing Irish people, it'd be like, oh, that's Sarah.
Dude.
So, without further ado,
Senorita.
let's jump right into the spooky pit.
Oh, wow, we're going right in.
You better off just calling her Senorita at that point.
The Hole in the Ground was released in 2019. A single mom observes her son's weird behavior after a strolls to the forest near a mysterious hole and starts to believe that it's no longer her son. This film was directed by Lee Cronin and stars, I want to say Shauna. It's probably Shauna Kerslacki, James Quinn Marquet, Katie Wiitinen and James Cosmo. Like, why are Irish names so much harder than they need to be?
Don't know.
Did they-
That one I don't have an answer for.
So Lee Cronin, he's coming out with a new Mummy movie. You heard
Oh,
about
really?
this?
No.
Lee's Cronin. It's literally. I think it's a little pretentious when people do this shit, but it's called like Lee's Cronin, the Mummy. It's like actually the name of the movie.
I don't like it.
Really?
I really don't
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
literally just like another Mummy movie.
Yeah, it sounds kind of.
But yeah, I do want to see that. I wonder what else Lee Cronin, because I'm not really super familiar with his work. I just know that movie's coming out this year.
Who's playing Brendan Fraser's character?
Oh, he did Evil Dead Rise.
Oh shit! Good movie.
I'm not sure about that, Mike. I am not sure about that.
Did you know the old man in this movie is Jorah Mormont?
I did know
From
because I
Game of Thrones?
100% looked it up because it's funny because in watching the new Game of Thrones show,
Yeah.
I thought Sir Arlen of Penetry was the same person because they look alike, and he
Yeah.
was not. So I found out that James Cosmo was the guy that played Father
Yeah.
Mormont. So I'm like, wait, that looks like Father Mormont.
Yeah.
And it was him, James Cosmo.
That's awesome. What else? No one else is like notable, right, from this movie, really? Like in terms of being in other stuff.
I don't really know anybody else, Shane, to be honest. I can't say that I do. I can say that the main guy in Lee Cronin's The Mummy is Jack Rayner. Jack Rayner is the main guy in Midsummer. The main
That's cool. I like that.
douchebag boyfriend guy. Douchebag, maybe misunderstood, however you want to look at it.
He was a little bit of both. I think he was an expert gaslighter.
Yeah. I mean, like, thinking back on that movie,
He
though,
didn't deserve what he got.
of course not, but like, it's like one of those things where, like, how do you break up with your girlfriend when her sister, like, just killed herself? So, like,
And her parents, right?
well, she killed the parents.
Yeah.
It's like a tough one, but like, he did play it as bad as you could probably play that.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll play something well, which is a little wordplay.
You know, what, like wordplay?
Wait,
Wordplay.
let's do it.
That's
Wordplay
not
might be the
bad.
new
It's not bad. What did I say last time? I was
Something with four.
for Connect Four.
no, we didn't want to get sued, so we didn't say
Brian
that.
shot
Yeah,
that
you're right.
down right away.
Yeah, Fisher Price. Yeah,
call it-
wordplay. We'll call it wordplay.
I like wordplay. We could just it's a 4-word summary.
Yeah.
Right? 4-word summary. It's wordplay.
foreplay.
Foreplay is good. A little foreplay.
Yeah, because
I
it's
like,
4 words.
I like foreplay, and it's a game, so we're gonna play it. And speaking about games that we're gonna play, who's starting?
I say Matt. He's never started yet.
Matt, give me a word.
Ominous.
Children.
Fake.
Ominous children. Fake.
I feel like the last spot's always the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really want to like close it well. This one, I'm gonna say ominous children, fake family.
Okay, I like that. Ominous Children, Fake Family is the summary of this film. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I did mention the description earlier. I also will say that it's available on Plex, Pluto TV,
Ugh.
but also Tubi.
I almost want to throw up when I hear Pluto TV.
I'm sorry.
Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I get like a gag reflex. Like, it's pretty.
I
Bad.
don't. I'm not a fan of like the Plexes and the Plutos and the Fossums. I rather give me Tubi.
Yeah, like when and Fossum. I just think of a fossa.
I know, but we're not there.
The
We're-
animal.
We're not in Australia. We are in Ireland, the land of
I
Ireland.
kind of want a pet fossa.
Of course you do. You're Shane Smith.
Like, how cool would it be?
Shane P. Smith.
You're literally,
a little.
your middle name has a P initial, and I'll also share shortly where you live.
Yeah, please don't do that.
We don't dox on this podcast. No, we don't do that. But we do talk about movies. And this movie, if I can share where this movie will start out, it's
Please do.
with mirrors, which makes sense when you think about the context of this movie. But
Sure.
you don't, at the beginning, you're like, oh, they got a fun house, or they're just looking at mirrors the whole time.
Is Keith or Sutherland here? Like, what's going on?
Amy Smart.
Ah.
Yeah, they're looking at mirrors.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Now you're a big mirror fan, right?
Are you asking if I like looking in mirrors?
Yeah.
Like, you ever like make a funny
Like I'm
face
saying,
in a
like
mirror?
you're super narcissistic. You're looking in mirrors 24/7.
So the main reason I look in the mirror to see if I have like any eye crusties,
No.
because then I gotta dig them out.
No, because you're in the mirror and you're like mogging hard.
Matt, what the fuck is mogging? Do you know what mogging is?
I've heard the term.
I have never heard of that term.
I've heard the term.
Why did you just say that to me?
That sounds like a rock band.
No.
Hard, like
Mike,
flogging Molly.
Mike thinks he's an expert mogger.
I don't think I'm an ex. I don't know what it means. How could I think I'm something when I don't know what it is?
Wait. When you get a nasty pump.
A nasty
Type of pump.
wait.
Like a gym pump.
Oh.
So she starts mogging in the mirror.
Also, like when you get a good pump going.
Yeah,
like
you just stare
start-
yourself in the mirror.
or you like film like yourself in a gym locker room.
Yeah.
That's
while other
crazy.
naked dudes walk around.
Yeah, you're just out there mogging.
That's what mogging means?
Yeah.
I'm happy there's a term to that, I guess.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah,
mogging.
It's TikTok slang.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Starve Acre?
No.
Okay. This movie kind of reminded me of Starve Acre. It's also another Irish movie.
What happens in Starve?
It's with stars Matt Smith. Basically, his son he inherits a house from his family, like in the countryside of Ireland, or it might be England. It might be England. And his son just is exhibiting weird behavior, and he has to like investigate like what his father was up to and what the woods were doing because it was like a whole nature thing. But it reminded me of this a little bit because, like, the son exhibits weird behavior.
Yeah.
And it's, it's not England, but it's Ireland.
Or The Changeling with Angelina Jolie.
Is that a remake of The Changeling from
Yes.
the 1980s?
100% it is.
Cool. I'm happy that you said that.
Yeah. So now we're going to mog our way through this.
Mogwai.
In Ireland, in a house with no street address. Because
where the streets have no name.
Yeah, because like she doesn't actually know where she lives, which I thought was a weird part of this movie. Because like she's gonna call the police at some points, and they're gonna be like, "Where do you live?" And she's like, "I don't know."
So not only
Wow.
does she not know her address, she doesn't even know what town she's in.
Yeah, it's like this thing that like all Irish women are dumb. I'm kidding.
The context of this film is that Irish people are fucking stupid. And no. The context is that she and her son are moving into a new place, and her bangs disguise her previous physical trauma on her forehead, and she's apparently like was in a relationship, but now has custody of this kid, and they're going to live in the Irish countryside.
Yes. No, realistically, why doesn't she know her address? Like, I actually didn't understand why that's like a.
I guess it's because it's like fresh to her.
Yeah, but like you would know where you're moving, right? Like, how do you get there?
How do you get mail and shit?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just thought it was a weird point. Like, it's not like it didn't like ruin the movie for me, but it did take me out of it in that moment because we even questioned it when we were watching it. Like,
For sure.
we're like, why doesn't she know her address?
I also question if she was attractive or not. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I think she's attractive.
She is. She is attractive.
Yeah, she kind of looks like Rebecca Hall. You know what Rebecca Hall is?
Yes, actually, she's in. Oh fuck! There's a movie that
She's an actress.
Didn't we review something with her in it?
I know off the bat she's in The Town. She's in Night House. She's in Resurrection. But Rebecca Hall is a great actress.
That's a white screen. Oh, here we
This
go.
is my favorite screen that Matt shows all the time.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
that doesn't even look like her. Yeah, that's her.
Oh,
Why does she have fucking star tattoos all over her?
yo, is she a changeling?
But she's got freckles, so it reminded me of her.
Now, is she mogging in that picture?
Yeah, that's Mog.
Okay.
So this movie, it's kind of like there's a hole in the ground, and the hole, and the bird, and the worm, like kind of that song. You know what I'm talking about? Because don't they sing that song in the school?
Oh, I love that song.
Me too.
The Rattling Valley song?
Yeah.
And the bog and the rattle and the bog and the valley and the o and the valley.
That's like a whole subplot, right? They sing the song pretty much like kind of like that's what gives her the idea, right? That something is in the hole.
Well,
Like that song kind of makes it all click, right?
I think the idea of but the whole idea for me was when she went by the hole and saw her child's toy right next to the hole.
That'll do it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right.
Was this like a metaphor where she's like scraping her wallpaper off?
This is, in my opinion, a metaphor of that tools are not as effective as spatulas at removing wallpaper.
Yeah. Why is she using a spatula?
I actually don't know.
I'll give her a pass because, she's a single mom who works 2 jobs, loves her kids,
And she has a terrible kid.
never stops.
I think it's crazy that her kid's not named
I get what I
Liam.
was saying. Huh?
Her kid's not named Liam. Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. I also think it's crazy that her kids he eats spiders.
He eats spiders. She wears overalls. It's a wacky world.
All right, can we talk about the most important plot point of this movie?
Yeah.
Cheese dust.
Oh, wow.
Are
We're,
you
we're
sold?
getting right into
Are you sold on cheese dust?
I'm not. It's Parmesan cheese. We talked about this.
But we got to talk about it on the pod. Because, there's an underlying subplot. It's actually probably the most important plot where, she can tell her kid isn't real because he don't know about cheese dust anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there are circumstances throughout this movie where she starts to suspect her kid is not her kid.
You know what's stronger than the cheese dust plot? The fact that her actual son is terrified of spiders, but her doppelganger son
Eats them.
eats spiders.
Yeah.
That's the biggest shift.
But don't worry, cheese dust is like a close second.
It's right above the make a face game.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't know the make a face game?
Yeah. So we're going spiders, cheese dust, make a face game.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the opening of this movie. I'm going to kick this into high gear. Speaking of high gear, she's a single mom. She's driving a Range Rover through the Irish countryside, and then she's going to veer off when there's a cloaked woman with weird lips in the middle of the road.
Yes. And that is her neighbor's wife.
Yeah, that'd be Noreen.
Yes. Creepy woman. Her issue is she had her husband run over her son because he was also a changeling.
You think that she had her husband? Is that confirmed? Or that it
No,
just
that's my
happened?
guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they don't tell you for sure. I don't,
I feel like Jorah Mormont always knew more than he was letting on.
well, yeah, I mean, sure, we'll talk about that. But she's driving, she swerves, and then she goes to see this woman who's literally midday, right? Sun's blazing. She's got a black cloak on, she's in some kind of secret society of some shit.
Always in Ireland.
And then she's just mumbling to herself.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, let me get back in the car with my kid and then drive back.
Yeah, no, because I get it because I hate mumble rappers. So if I heard some woman doing some mumble rapping in the road, I leave too.
She's mumble rapping. She's also taken the fact that her like side mirror broke. She put that back in the car. It's kind of important, actually.
Is it? I forgot why.
Well, for me, it's important because there's one scene where it does like it's on the floor and it actually shows her reflection.
Yes.
Which makes you realize that she's could not be a technical doppelganger.
You're right. Okay, that makes sense. Because the whole thing is the mirror shows your true form, right? That's
Yeah, according to Lord Jorah Mormont. Is it Jorah? It's not Jorah.
it's Jor.
Jorah Mormont. The doppelganger is revealed using a mirror. She uses a mirror later on her child to confirm that he's in fact a doppelganger.
Yes.
But yeah, she like inadvertently passes through mirrors throughout the end of the movie. But earlier on, she does use the side mirror, and it does reveal that she is not a doppelganger.
Well, because that's the whole end of the movie is her whole house is just nothing but mirrors now. So she'll always know if her and her son are real.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a cool touch.
Yeah, it is a cool touch. I mean, this movie, it does like really drive the themes, I feel, of like paranoia
Yes.
and like I guess trust and things like that. Pretty hardcore.
I thought this movie was very good in building suspense of like what's going to happen next. How like is she going to be able to save her son? Like it for a movie I had actually never heard of before. I did very much enjoy it, and it goes to like A24 for the most part always delivers. They got some stinkers.
Yeah, I mean I feel like the studio just always kind of every movie feels kind of the same. I mean, they're like a little artsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of them are not great, but some of them are. This came out the same year as Midsummer. Obviously, this is not Midsummer, but
Yeah, it's a little better.
I do like. It was funny. That's crazy. There was a scene in the beginning, where like it shoots like upside down as she's driving.
Yes.
And it reminded me of the Midsummer. When the camera flips
Yep.
as they go into the Harga.
The upside down camera thing's been done a lot, I feel like.
Lately, I feel like now it's being used all the time.
Because I feel like we just reviewed something that also opened with like an upside down camera. and then like flipped it back over.
Yeah, that was irreversible.
You're right.
Basically, the film style of that movie was,
Yep.
let me just throw a camera down the stairs and then
Incredible.
shoot
Yeah.
my film in that style.
All right. So they moved into their Irish home. They're having dinner. They're having cheese dust. They go out into the woods. Fucking crater. I'm talking massive crater.
Yeah.
But there's one small hole in the crater.
What's the hole in the crater?
Well, that's like the little burrow hole.
Oh, at the very bottom of the
yeah,
crater?
the very bottom.
I mean, this thing is like the diameter. This thing is massive. Shane.
Yes.
It's in the back of their house. So literally from the naked eye, you could not perceive the crater because it's all forest.
Yes.
So this fucking kid gets like finds this crater and gets swallowed up by it almost instantly.
Yeah, it has to happen like literally like day 1 or 2.
Yeah. This is a day one friggin' skinwalking.
I think like day 1 they move into it. She's cutting up the wallpaper with a spatula, and then like he later at night like she can't find him, like, and then she like is running through the woods and then she sees him by the crater. But then nighttime comes, right? Night hits, and she hears a door, right? And then she can't find Chris anywhere, her son. Where is Christopher? Where is Chris? She's like looking everywhere. She can't find him. And then like when she's going outside, she can't find him. And then all of a sudden, like in the house, he just comes out of a room and he's like, "Hi, Mom."
and he's already been switched at that point.
Yeah, because he mummed her.
He did mum her.
Mommy.
Are you my mummy?
"Hello, me Mom." And pointing, the big crater. Like, yeah. So obviously he was outside. That was the door from outside. But she's like, that was fucking weird.
But yeah, like unless you live like in the house directly next to the woods, nobody knows this crater exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like someone who lived in the house should have reported to the authorities. Like, hey, there's a big crater. Like why? It's like did an asteroid fall? You know,
I will say I would have liked to have gotten more.
crater lore. I said lore.
No, there's absolutely none. You don't even get any from like the older couple that are the neighbors, because I do know that she like then kind of like there's a scene where they drive and they're like going up to like their property, which is huge. It looks like
Yes.
but Noreen, who's the older woman, is just like standing there, right?
Yes.
And another just extremely awkward exchange. Is this the point where she's like,
She's like, not your son.
that's not your son. That's not your son. And then Mormont comes out, and then Mormont is basically like, you have to excuse my wife. I'm not sure how much backstory is here. I don't remember, but I think he does kind of share that like they had a son named James,
Yes.
and they lost the son as well due to like a car accident. I actually think earlier in the movie she mentioned that she hit the son in the car, but then like later on you find out that like
He did it.
he
Yeah.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you do find out that like she was institutionalized prior to that happening. She's spent time in a mental hospital.
She probably
She's
should have
back.
stayed there because her next scene, she's missing her head.
Well, yeah. So Sarah
Yes.
walks in just like by their property, and like Noreen's head is literally like in the fucking ground.
Yeah. So like, do they decapitate her or do they just bury her head in the dirt?
No, I think they bury your head. I think if I'm to understand this movie, and I could be wrong, I think that their head is buried in the dirt, and I think it kind of like takes you down,
Okay.
and then that's how it like has your body.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think that's how it like takes your body, and then is able to technically
replicate you.
replicate you.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised they never like circled back to that point. They did with her,
Yeah.
but they didn't do that with the wife. But I'm assuming that's what happens, and that's why young Chris does that like later on to Sarah.
Yeah, because Sarah, she starts to get her head buried in the dirt, but she's able to fight him off because she spiked the cheese dust.
She spiked the cheese
That's what
dust.
I'm saying. The cheese dust plays a vital role because
Yeah.
she drugs the cheese.
I mean, that's
dust.
the only way she's able to get out, because she's able to fight out of the dirt, because the kid is literally knocked out unconscious because of the poison cheese dust. What do you make of this scene with the dinner with the friends?
I thought this was. I don't know actually.
They had she had like two sets of friends here. This is the backstory actually. So this is actually where you get the information about They're like, you remember that crazy woman that like went to the mental hospital, and I heard that she hit her kid or something. And she's like, yeah, I met that lady. I almost hit her. She was wearing a black cloak. But I forgot, like, this is the dinner scene where they mention it.
Yeah.
But she also gets some additional backstory about she's like a single mom. She's got like this fucking scar on her head. You don't know what happened. I'm assuming, number one, it was like an abusive thing.
Yeah. I took it as she was being abused.
I mean, she guy has to have custody of the kid now, but they never make a reference of the father.
No. I took it as not runaway, but like escaping an abusive relationship. And that's why it's her and the kid on their own. Also, it would make sense why she doesn't have an address is because then the father couldn't find her. So maybe that is what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't piece that together until this very moment. And I could be wrong, but that kind of would make sense.
I'm assuming it had to be. She's very abusive. There's a scene later when she's talking about her son with a doctor. The doctor's like basically giving her medication because he doesn't think she's right. And then he's like asking her how everything is going. And she's like, is it weird that like my son could exhibit like these types of behaviors? Like that's very weird. And then he kind of flips the script. He's like, how's everything with you? He's like, I know you have that bump on your head. Is that like from a car accident or was it from something else? Like mentioning that, like, hey, like maybe you're like imagining all this and you have trauma in a nice way of saying.
Yeah. But they don't really establish what it actually is, right?
They never mention it. So like, because I think throughout the movie, they want you to believe that although her son is acting very strange, right? Like terrified of spiders, is seen at night eating spiders. Like, is this really happening or is this a figment of like her is she like doing this? To which I actually thought at one point, I'm like, maybe she's a doppelganger.
She was the...
I thought for a while, yeah. I don't know why. I thought maybe she was like a doppelganger later on, especially like, you know, spoiler at the end when you see her body in there. I was like, whoa, is she, like this someone else? But I'm like, why would a doppelganger be fighting off another doppelganger?
Yeah, well, it made no sense.
Oh, right. When she enters like the...
when she enters the hole.
Pit, the cove or whatever.
Yeah. So I was thinking that because I know they're kind of going for like this whole, you know, being a parent is challenging, kind of like people exhibit tough behaviors type theme.
Right, because when she's talking to the doctor, she's like, is it normal for my child to not be my child? And the doctor's like, oh yeah, kids, they just change.
Yeah.
But that's not what she was talking about.
No, she's like, is my kid a changeling?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's where they're going with, and I guess like the old couple, I don't know if they had issues with parenting and like their son was like weird, but obviously in the same context, he was a doppelganger, young James.
Yes. Well, we learn a lot because during Noreen, right, is the old one, during her like funeral, our main character talks to Giora Mormont a lot about like the past, and that's where she gets a lot of like backstory about like
for sure
that he's the one who hit the son with the car, and like she hints to her son not being her son, but he seems hesitant to accept what she's saying, and he kind of brushes it off to the side.
I think she actually took a recording.
Yes, and she shows the changeling.
Yeah, of her son and the crazy behavior, and she's like, "Listen, like both my son Chris and your son James, they're actually like exhibiting the same odd signs that you mentioned," and he refuses to accept it.
Yes.
So I just think that like he's someone that's probably really rattled with guilt, probably over killing him.
Yeah.
And just like won't accept anything else. I just think this is a movie about fucking just
The difficulties of being a parent.
Literally.
Yeah.
I just think it's has to do with like being able to cope with being a parent, the difficulties of raising a child.
Especially as a single parent.
Especially as a single parent, yeah. But I have a feeling that one lady just really metaphorically couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Is what I would guess, right?
That's what it sounds
They had difficulties, but like in terms of like the story about him being a doppelganger, the father, I think, it just has guilt over killing their child.
So do you think their child was a changeling or no?
I mean, in the context of this movie,
it is. Yeah,
I think so.
Agreed.
I think so. There's a giant hole in their backyard, but you know what I mean? Like in terms of like the deeper meaning of the movie. But yeah, I do think so.
Right, because Maureen is her name?
Yeah. Noreen.
So the reason why she could see that, what's the kid's name?
Actually,
Liam.
Yeah, Chris
no,
is Chris.
James. Her kid was James, but like the main character's kid is Chris.
So she sees Chris and clocks it like right away.
Instantly, yeah.
So she's obviously
Yeah.
dealt with it before.
Also, they might have a scent.
Doesn't she fucking bash her head?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is she trying to do there?
It's a good point, actually.
I think just she's crazy. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think that was just a crazy
Well, don't
thing.
worry about her head because it's buried pretty
Yeah,
soon.
it's buried already because we kind of talked about
You know what's
that
crazy? Though?
and
She would have
how
had to.
died,
She
so-
mentioned that like it's veiled as like she killed herself. Do you think that she actually put herself in that position?
No, I think the changelings
You think
got her.
one of the changelings did it?
Yeah, 100%. I didn't even hesitate to believe that Chris killed her. To like,
I am very surprised, though. I am very surprised that she does not come back. For the
as a
context.
changeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That I'm not sure. Why?
Unless it's because, I know why. Because they never actually got her. They took her out for the funeral.
Yes,
They found her.
You're right. They took
Oh,
the
that
body,
makes sense. Yeah, they were never able to see her.
so they don't have the body.
But at the end of the movie, like they didn't show this, but technically there probably could be another doppelganger of her walking around.
100%. They don't establish full doppelganger rules, but
They definitely do not.
yeah. So like, there's like little things that happen. Like she goes to her son's school production where he's in the choir, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like when he starts singing, that kind of like really is when it clicks to her. She's like, "This ain't my son."
But like he's doing a good job, like
No, but she knows
to
her
the
son
audience.
can't sing.
but like he's singing very well, but like it's almost like he's singing directly to her, right?
Yeah.
It's like almost like this, like he's speaking directly to her about the raggedy hole and the bog and the hole and the raggedy o. And the tree and the limbs and the raggedy.
That song's awesome. I actually think we should play it on repeat.
The song is Liddy's Titties.
There's the hole and the bog and the log and the frog and the dog and the...
I'm a big dog guy, always was. But yeah, so after that scene, that's I think when she decides to play the face, like she tests him,
the
right?
many faces game.
They do cheese dust, they do the face game, and that's like right then. I think it's like literally like an hour, almost on the nose, when she's like, "You didn't play the game. You're not my son."
And then he fucking attacks her.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like kitchen fight.
Yeah, well, because the jig is up. Like
the jig.
The jig. The jig is up, and the
The news is out. They finally found me.
Yeah, so he's gonna like choke her.
Oh,
He's gonna throw some tables. Like it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
And she is only saved because of cheese dust.
cheese dust saves her. Correct.
Which is why I've made the executive decision to get a jar of cheese dust to keep on the podcast table moving forward. Because you never know when you're going to need cheese dust.
You mean like after this episode?
Yeah, like
so
we're-
like literally next week.
well, no,
we're gonna have
not
one?
now, bro. I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks.
Maybe two. Okay, we'll
2
give
weeks.
we'll give it next week a
Like a
a
little
pass.
A little pass. But then I think a nice little thing of cheese dust right in there.
Okay.
Just to keep the room safe.
All right. Well, new theme next week, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, we
New
got a
theme.
good one.
New sexy theme. Do we
Movies
have-
involving cheese.
do we ever? Oh my god, that'd be sick. But
How
it
many
wouldn't be
horror movies could we
unexpected.
even think of involving cheese.
Wouldn't be unexpected. Yeah, so this is literally the point in time where like yes, the cheese dust is poison. Yes, he gets to throw her around the kitchen like a Raggedy Ann doll. And yes, he buries her head in the sand, but he's also got cheese dust poison running through his blood. So he's going to get knocked out.
Yes.
And then she's going to get the buried in the dirt, but she's going to unbury and drag the unconscious Chris down into their basement.
Yes. And she's going to lock him in the basement. And then she's going to go into the hole. Now, this isn't this actually is, I guess, your typical hole. It starts off, like a little wide, but it gets tighter the deeper you get.
Nice. I also love this scene where they're both off camera and you just see her fucking body fly across the kitchen.
Yeah, it's pretty great, actually.
no, he's-
I even like the scene of, like, when she drags him into the basement and, like, she does the whole, like, takes a look with the mirror and he's, like, a full-fledged changeling monster.
It's great. It's very well done. It's well shot. It's interesting.
She literally, like, he attacks her and she throws him, like, against the wall and, like, knocks the kid out. It's actually kind of humorous. But, yeah, Then she leaves him in the house. Yeah, like you said, she literally goes digging through the fucking hole. She walks through the hole and has to like dig and like enters the hole.
Like I said, it gets tight because she starts to get stuck.
I love the tight hole scene because so the lantern just kind of like floats as it's going. I thought it was pretty cool. You just see like darkness and like the lantern, like as she's like
it's a well shot scene, and she gets into the center, I guess, like
the nucleus.
Yeah, she's in the nucleus of the hole.
How many licks till you get to the center, Shane?
Oh God, that's like 4,000 licks at least.
What about Irish licks?
One. Do you know how good the Irish lick?
Keep in mind that's like 5 times as powerful.
Yeah,
as
an Irish lick is like crazy.
How about a last lick?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like maybe half a lick and you're there. But yeah, so she does find Chris in the hole, and then she's gonna start dragging Chris, but she sees the changelings.
Can you do that drag again? That's wild.
You don't like my?
Oh my God.
It's almost like he's opening a stuck drawer.
It's almost like he's knocked bitches out before and he's dragging them across the floor.
So you're like well versed in this.
Look at his drag. It's a perfect drag.
See, I just pictured like there's a bloody like sheet that he was just pulling right there.
What am I, Jeepers Creepers?
Bloody sheet throwing down a pipe.
That's correct.
Oh, whoa! God, he's so good at it. It makes me so nervous.
But yeah, so she's doing this to Chris to get him out of the hole, but she's getting
Yo, it's crazy. I love it though.
But she's gonna get attacked by herself.
That's creepy. So like when she is like going through the hole, she sees herself, and I was like, "Why the fuck is she there?" I'm like, and that's what I thought. I'm like, let me think about this. I'm like, I had to pause it. I'm like, is she a doppelganger? How would that make sense? Why would she be a doppelganger? I'm like, actually think I'm like, why would she be a doppelganger? Is this like a way that her life sucked and like the doppelgangers took her to give her a better life? I'm like, well, it doesn't make any sense. But I'm like thinking of all these things, and as the movie kind of progresses, it really just simplifies itself out pretty easily.
That they were trying to doppelgang her in that moment, right?
I think they were just trying to keep her there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And then 2 doppelgangers would just live together.
Potentially, but like she does see herself there, and she's probably like, why the fuck am I there?
Yeah. But she does escape. And she then lights her own house on fire.
With Chris. With the real Chris, not the doppelganger.
Yeah, but the doppelganger's inside. So the doppelganger's getting burned alive.
Correct.
Which, hashtag doppelganger lives matter. But
Not that much. Thing's evil as fuck, bro.
Are they evil or are they misunderstood?
I'm going to say they're pretty... maybe they're misunderstood. I mean, like, it didn't technically do anything.
Right. It just... Because the kid's alive.
Oh, no. That's not true.
Doppelganged.
Potentially killed an old lady. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, the old lady had it coming, though.
Are you sure about that?
No.
And if like the mom didn't like spike the cheese dust, the kid would have just kept throwing her back and forth through the kitchen until she just eventually died.
Do you like to think that he was throwing her and catching her on opposite sides
like
of the
a
kitchen?
doppelgang to the opposite side. It was
Okay.
like, whoa. Kind of did that whoa move.
That's...
Yo, do you like my idea for a new movie I'm cooking up? So... sleep paralysis demons, like
it's been done already.
No.
Continue.
But you only see yourself as a sleep paralysis demon.
So like you're your
that's
own
terrifying,
demon?
actually.
Yeah,
That sounds really deep.
yeah, I'm a deep guy.
That's actually kind of scary. Yeah.
All right. Deep. I'll give it like a 10 out of 10.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well,
We didn't spend enough time on probably my favorite scene of the movie. We briefly mentioned it.
what scene is it?
The spider scene when he eats it.
You could talk about it.
Yeah,
real
we
quick.
glazed over that.
It was I don't want to fucking glaze over it. Let's talk
So
about
just glaze it now.
I don't want to glaze. I want to go in depth.
No, I want you to glaze it, like the other meaning of glaze.
Like slather on something?
Yeah, like you're glazing it, like you're really praising it, but glaze. The kids say it.
Just like they say, mogging.
Yeah. Like you like if you're hyping someone up too much, you're glazing them.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
You know what? I'm bowing out.
You're
No,
not gonna bow.
no.
I'm bowing out. The bow out. That's the little bow out.
Little bow wow.
You're not bowing shit. Get yourself back here. Let's not be here. Let's get back here.
I'm bowing out.
You ain't doing shit.
Is that your model face?
I'm mogging you.
Is that your mogwai?
No, I mean,
Talk fucking spiders, Mike.
and now he's giving me attitude. Like, what am I, Brian's game?
You hate
Do
my
I deserve
games.
this?
You act like I was going to skip it this episode. I'm
Holy
kidding.
shit.
Okay, we're done. I'm done with the scene. I don't even like the scene
Wait,
anymore.
It's crazy because I actually probably have the best game of the month
The
today.
scene is awful now. I hate it.
Wait. You want to play the game?
No, that's at the end.
Okay. So the end of the movie.
Can I do a top 5?
No.
I want to do a starting 5.
What's starting 5 for who's running point?
Damn. When we were talking about it in the car, I had so many ideas. And
We're
now
gonna
I
do
can't-
top
we'll
top
come
5.
back- we'll come back
top
to it
5
next.
Irish. Who you got? I got the leprechaun from Lucky Charms running small forward.
get it because he's small.
I got Conor McGregor at shooting guard.
I'll put Seamus at power forward.
That's a good 4.
We putting Hornswoggle in there somewhere?
Wow,
He's my point
he's
guard.
running point.
You were on point.
We're almost done with this already. now we.
Finley. Finley.
Finley's the small forward.
No, Brian already had.
I had the leprechaun.
Shooting guard?
Finley could be shooting guard.
Okay.
We need a center. Who's a tall Irishman?
So you're gonna kick out the leprechaun from Lucky Charms?
True. What about Warwick Davis? Is he
He's
Irish?
very small
Yeah.
and probably not Irish. I have no idea actually.
Do Irish people have tall people?
I'm sure they have like 1 or 2.
I'm gonna put Becky Lynch at center.
There you go.
Okay.
That's it. That's the starting
Facts.
5.
Did it. We did it.
But we do got to kick one of those people out. I guess it's gonna be the leprechaun from Lucky Charms.
Now kick out who else?
Conor McGregor?
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay. Well, you said it, not me. That's it.
He's done. You're done. You're cut.
That's a good starting 5,
That's
I
a
think.
solid
So
starting.
yeah, you have Hornswoggle. You got Finley. You got who was running small? I already forgot.
The Lucky Charms guy.
Lucky Charms guy.
Seamus,
Seamus.
Becky Lynch.
That's a good starting 5. That's
a great starting
I would switch Becky and Sheamus. I'm
Yes, agreed.
Sheamus,
Seamus
at the
should be
5.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so the end of the movie is just they go to their new house, which is just covered in mirrors, so they'll always know if someone else is the doppel.
It kind of makes you think that like this lady is like so fucking traumatized by
And
life.
paranoid.
But she's also now she's getting on with her life, right? Like
Yeah.
the demons like are somewhat in the past. Like she's going to college, which I feel like she probably couldn't do because of everything that happened, the
Yes.
fallout, or she's a single mom. Now she's like, I'm still going to go to college and have all these things and have to get my life back. But also, I need to make sure I surround myself with mirrors because I'm afraid there'll be doppelgangers.
Exactly.
So you really never escape your previous
Nope.
trauma.
You're just stuck with it forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holding the ground.
Holding the ground. I'm going to give this movie a solid 6.
But do you feel good about it?
I do. I feel like a 6 is
Are you
Why,
confident?
why would you give it a 6 and not say like a 7 or even go to a 5?
Well, it's definitely not a 5 because it's an above average movie.
But is it like a 6, 7?
No, I was considering 7.
But you decided to land on the 6.
So
Yeah.
you were thinking to yourself, okay, you're like, this movie's a 6.
Yeah. You're comfortable with 6.
You know what? I'm going to bow out of
No,
my 6.
that's so gay
I'm
and
bowing
stupid.
out. I'm bowing out 6.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
give this podcast AIDS, bro.
I'm
Just do
bowing
it.
out. I'm bowing out.
Okay.
You're transmitting to me because I'm gonna go a 7.
So I'm gonna change.
Now he takes it back.
Maybe I'll change my vote to 7.
Just to be clear, I'm giving this movie a 6.
Fine. Final answer 6.
Yeah, cover your face.
I definitely don't want to talk you guys into giving it a higher rating, although it's very fun to do that. I am personally going 6.
Okay, I'm gonna go a 7 because I like the premise of a changeling, a doppel,
Yeah.
a skinwalker, whatever you want to call it.
It doesn't matter, though. Right?
It truly doesn't matter. And me personally, I would never spend like say 5 minutes debating it, but
Yep.
we all do that sometimes. Like right now, is Shane a changeling? With the way he's fucking, is that really Shane or? I'm gonna be honest, isn't that quite terrifying?
Kind
what
of looks
he's
like a
doing right now?
he honestly looks like a ninja.
Yeah, like a purple ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed all the performances in this movie. I thought the mother was strong. I thought the kid was strong. I thought the changeling was strong.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
I
Changeling.
thought Jor Mormont was strong.
Yeah.
His crazy ass wife.
Her head was strong.
Yeah. I thought the crater was strong.
The crater had pull. You saw like all the dirt that was going into
That was
the
a
middle.
lot of dirt.
It was like pulling. There was like a gravitational force to that like
Should
landfill.
we
Whatever.
welcome him back or should we just ignore
Yeah,
him? Because he's clearly baiting for attention.
yeah,
That's what he's doing.
Maybe
I
we
know
give it
him.
to him. Yeah.
So, welcome back. How are you?
Bowing out.
What a
Shane,
diva.
in all seriousness,
Yeah.
are you going? Do you think? I think this is actually one of the first movies that we've reviewed in Hole Month where this is more than a hole. This thing is a fucking like landfill.
Yeah, no, it's massive.
This thing is legit. Someone said crater. It is like a crater.
Legitimately, a meteor might have hit this fucking.
There's a good chance.
The
There's a good
changeling
chance.
meteor.
There's a great chance. Okay, so I have a 6. You have a 7. You have a 6.
I do have a 6. But yeah, for like, it's really well acted. Again, cinematography is brilliant. It looks beautiful, lush. I think the crater is so fucking cool. I had originally given this movie a 5 when I was watching it on the vacation. I really don't know why, because it's definitely better than a 5. It's not great. I don't think it's like perfect. Do all the ideas come together? Obviously, probably not. But again, like it's a solid movie. I think it has a solid meaning. It's just a lot simpler than I thought it would be by the end of it. But it's good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, Matt.
6.
Perfect. 6. 6, 6. The number of the beast.
It was actually
I mean-
6, 6, 6, 7.
Yeah, that was ignoring Mike's.
Okay, cool.
Game time.
Oh,
or now you want to do eulogy first? Let's do eulogy first
Okay.
because there's really nothing about the eulogy.
Not a lot of dead people.
No.
We're gonna go with
Noreen.
Oh, Noreen, yeah.
That's it, right?
We don't
She's
even know
once
how-
again the
yeah.
only dead person. So, Noreen, you were
Dead.
you know, the OG of getting your kid changelinged. You didn't know how to handle it. You went a little crazy, got your head thrown into some dirt, and then you died. Really, you didn't live much of a life. Like, you kind of sucked as a mom because you let your kid get changelinged. So, like, you know, do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was it.
That was it. Like,
Rest in peace,
just
Noreen.
do better.
Man, you really hate Noreen.
This lady was institutionalized. They
God
had a
damn.
rough go. They had a really rough go.
Wait, are you saying I was too hard on Noreen?
Yeah, you roasted her the whole time.
Do you think the ground took her head? Because when they showed her in the casket,
Her head was missing. Yeah.
I did not see her head.
That's why I thought she got decapped.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe the changelings got her head, but didn't get the rest of her.
All right, Bri, hit us with this cool game.
Yeah, you all, but he's kind of killing it though.
Doing
Like,
it again.
he's doing it, but he's doing it. I respect it. I like it.
You like it?
Kind of. It's definitely different. You don't like it?
I'd rather him go back to being a ninja.
I like the ninja actually. So this is the game. I want you guys to try to attempt to name holes that you can get sucked into.
Oof.
Black.
Okay, that is one of them. It's actually the first one I had listed.
Okay, but are we supposed to name them, or are you gonna?
No, you're gonna name them 'cause there's a ton of them, right?
Yep.
I have 10. I have about 14 holes you can get
right.
sucked into. See how many you could name out of my 14.
Black.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Sink.
That's another one. I have sink and black.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of drawing a
Sand hole.
Oh, like quicksand.
So yes, quicksand is absolutely one of them. So we have black, sink, and quicksand.
Okay.
Matt,
feel free to chime in.
Vietnam
don't-
trap hole.
I don't have the Vietnam hole in here.
But like a trap hole in general.
I guess I don't have trap hole.
Like an ice hole.
Okay, so you said ice hole. I'm gonna give you Glacier Moulin.
Okay.
That's exactly what he meant.
Yeah.
So we don't have like a Viet Cong like trap hole or any kind of trap hole.
Okay, with all due respect, I'm gonna say it for the third time. I do not have Vietnam hole.
Okay. Okay.
Shane, maybe if you ask again,
I'm gonna punch the wall.
No, yes, would that constitute a hole? I'm sure. It's just not in my list. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
But Family Feud, you get the big like.
yeah, flawed lists.
He's going at my game again.
going at
You
it.
heard him going at my game. This guy
Going
hates my
at
game. He wants to throw it in the fucking Glacier Moulin.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm giving you guys a collective bank. You've gotten 4 out of my 14. Think holes.
Pothole.
Bang, Shane. That's 5. What I call hole in the ground or a pothole.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Is there a no?
Mount.
You're bowing out at 5?
I legitimately can't think. I've
So
named
I got one. I don't think it's gonna be right
Shoot,
now.
say it.
An asshole.
You could
So
fall, yeah,
it's
you could go pretty.
it's not on here.
Okay.
However, it probably should be, but I don't have it. I got it technically for the sake of shame. I would have to give I don't have asshole.
Okay.
Although that's a great answer. Honestly, it's shame on me essentially.
Toilet hole.
Shane, I'm going to give it to you. Whirlpool.
Okay.
So that's 6.
Yeah.
Because technically they spin.
spin, okay.
I'm going to give you a Whirlpool. Also because I think Whirlpool's a brand that also makes toilet bowls.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. You guys got 6 out of the 14. Any other ones?
I got nothing. I mean,
I would like to get one more so we could bat 550%.
Yep.
Andy Warhol.
I'll give you guys a theme. We did one of these in week 1 of whole month.
Oh,
Glory hole.
Glory hole. I have glory hole. Glory hole. You can get your shit sucked into.
Pit.
Yes. Okay. So that. Okay. Yes. So we have. That would have been 7, and then
8.
8. Because I'm gonna. You said pit. I'm gonna give you cave pit
Yeah, that's what I meant.
or a vertical shaft.
Yeah. Elevator.
I'm gonna give you vertical shaft.
Okay. All right. Let's hear the rest. I am curious.
Okay. What they call a blue hole,
What's that?
which is in the ocean. It's an underwater sinkhole.
Never would
pulls
got
divers
that. Yep,
in.
never would got that.
Dude, is that like when when you're walking in the ocean and it's cold and then you hit that one spot that's just hot for no reason?
No, it's just because a kid peed there.
Oh.
That's kid piss hole, which I don't have on my list. But there's a volcanic crater, which is another one.
Okay. That makes sense.
I know that was on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I probably could have guessed that.
Okay. Then you ever watch Real Time with Bill Maher and you fall into the Bill Maher
Rabbit hole.
rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Good old rabbit hole.
That's a good one.
Close with the Viet Cong thing. I just,
Yeah, no, you could. Yeah, you couldn't give it to me. I get it.
Okay, and then you ever like look for rusty gold, and then you're on that good pick, and you find that honey hole.
Oh, the honey hole.
Okay, and then of course there's holy moly,
Okay. Yes.
and then sometimes Shane, when you're on a podcast and you do one of these, and you're a total dill hole,
I don't know what that is.
You never heard the term dill hole?
No,
you're being a dill hole. You never heard that?
I actually have it.
I think he's trolling
Yeah,
us.
there's no way. Are you a troll hole?
No, I'm not trolling.
Can't pay, you gotta get.
and
You
that's-
gotta pay the troll toll to get into the boys' hole.
Or the dill hole? That's literally all of them. That's it. You guys did pretty good, Joe.
Dillyweed.
You guys got 8 out of 14. That's not bad.
That is not bad.
Not bad at all.
I guess majority of them. I think Matt got 2. I got 6.
I said quicksand.
Mike did say quicksand.
Barely.
I'll take credit for the quicksand. At least I know what a dill hole is.
He also knows what a dill hole is.
I'm gonna Google it.
Cool. All right. That's the game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the end of
That's
whole
the
month.
end of whole month.
We'll see you next year. Whole
It's a
month.
shame. Yeah. No, we're gonna come back. What's next month, bro?
Dude, this is crazy. So the fact that we collectively came up with this crazy idea is nuts. But next month is our highly anticipated Chicks with Dicks month.
Yes.
Actually, do you want to explain what this month is?
It's just movies where you think it's a chick, maybe, but there's potentially a dick.
Yeah.
Well, here, this will sum it up best. Next week, we're opening up Chicks with Dicks month with Let the Right One In,
Yeah.
a movie me and Brian on episode 3 said we would review soon.
It's also when we ranked our favorite vampire movies. It was both on our top 10s.
Yes. So, with that said, we are the Final Podcast signing off, and we will see you next week where we take a little swim.
Yeah, we'll see you in Sweden.
Swimming.
Swimming in Sweden. Love it. Sounds great. Also, I missed Holes Month already, but please like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Please check us out on all the podcast platforms that you have. We review horror movies every single Monday, and we can't wait to do Chicks with Dicks Month. We'll see you next week, bro. See you next time.
Later.
I'm bowing out.